Tractors run great, 55 horsepower. Like I said, I had a Massey Ferguson 135, which was about 35 horse, I think. And that was just 200 powered for the property. Cutting heavy brush or heavy grass, going uphill. It was a two-wheel drive tractor with a locking rear differential. You have to keep stopping, letting it catch up, cutting the debris. With this tractor, I could just go right through it, and it's not a problem at all. And I have a 6-foot rotary for it, and it works great. I don't have to slow up at all. It just handles it all on its own. And if you look there, you'll see some of the grass that I deal with. Now it's all laying down and dead, but in the spring and summer, it's pretty high. All right, so a few other things. So I shut the engine off because it's a little easier, I think, to hear me without the engine running. A few other things I did with the tractor when I first got it, after the first couple of days before it all got dirty and everything else, was every electrical connection I could get my hands on, I took it apart and I put dielectric grease in it. This way, over time, it won't corrode or oxidize, and I won't have electrical problems, or at least it'll be a while before I have electrical problems with it. So that's one idea, and it seems to be working out fine. I did it about maybe 5 hours into owning the tractor, and now it's got about 90 hours on it. So that's one idea I did. The other thing I did too was I got a paint pen, and you pretty much sell them at, I think, a lot of tractor dealerships. And if you look in the manual, it states that you should check the bolts on the rim, for example, to see if they're loosening up after so many hours. I also think you should probably check the any bolts holding structural members, like the frame, for example. But what I did was, instead of having to take out a wrench every so many hours to check it, I put little witness marks on it. You can see the white paint pen I had. Might be hard to see, but there's this one's probably better. So here's a white mark here, goes across the bolt down over the side. This way I can visually see if the bolt is loosening up without having to get a wrench to see if it's tight or not. So that saves me a lot of time. A few more things I thought about as well. This model, I was having problems when I first got it with the throttle not going up all the way sometimes. And the only thing it needed was, I don't feel like taking the covers off, but the throttle cable ends up like right around here on the left side of the engine. And I just put some WD-40 on it, and then it worked fine for the past 80 hours or so.